Hi, ke aloha ka ako. I'm Larna Kapoili ko olehona ni kaumai iluna o Kohala lim.
Aloha, I'm Brianna Vehile Mamu Lehiva Hiva Ona Aliyo Kohala Lamb Rider.
Aloha, my name is Nanette Kaliko Okalani Lim Yap.
Aloha, my name is Ajalyn Genoa Kalihilihi Ula Onalehua Ohopoi Yap.
Aloha, my name is Carrington Edward Manaola Ho'ovaivai Yap.
I'm Marianne Lim, the matriarch of the Lim family.
From a very young age, they've helped us to, and taught us how to become like them and how Hawaiian music is very important to us.
Yeah, I'll get asked, oh, you're from the Lim family, so you must sing. I don't do the singing. I play the guitar. That's easier for me. It's a blessing to be a part of the family and how we are together.
Hey, mahalo you guys, thank you.
To me, Kohala is like a safe place, and it's very nice and beautiful. Usually the breeze is nice, but right now it's hot.
Mai ka ikamakani o Kohala, that gentle breeze that always brings good things upon the winds, is still pretty much a part of Kohala, and you can still go in the store and you'll know everyone who's in there. We're still that kind of a town where we're very close and still share that love and aloha for one another. And I'm glad I get a chance to raise my children right here in lovely Kohala.
For us that was raised here, it is a very tight community of family and friends. So, and we enjoy the lifestyle because it's not really like city paced, but the slow and more relaxed lifestyle is for us is really good.
You know, on my way up here, I was telling my dad while we're driving, there's just one spot that is my favorite to look at when we're driving here, because all you see is just mountains and then just straight ocean. There's nothing to block it, no buildings, no houses. And Kohala to me, it's, even if I don't live here on the daily basis, it still feels like home. Everybody's auntie and uncle, you know what I mean? You're not gonna find somebody that you don't know in Kohala.
The people in Kohala, regardless of people that I knew, parents, grandparents, great-grandparents in my time, today their generations down, has gone down. The love that they have, because they knew your grandparents or your uncle, they're all there for you, supporting you. It's the love that comes from the families that live here. That's what you can't see anyplace else.
This song that was dedicated to my mom in 2012 at the Merry Monarch Festival, and it was written by Manaola Ho'ovaivai Kaumakalani. And one of my father's favorite flowers was a pua keni keni. And we have a huge tree in the back of our house, and every time we have that fragrance that embraces us, we are reminded of our father. And thus, we share with you a song called Le'ana o Kohala, which means that Kohala is enwreathed with a pua keni keni. Once again, in honor of my father, by Manaola, for my mom. ha'aleo helei ho'o he nono Hia ai ka velina I Kohala Ke alau nau nau ka puau ka lau Ke alau nau na ko Lei mua kini kini He ui maoino Lea na o Kohala I ka lei ha'aleo He lei ho'o he nono Hia ai ka velina I Kohala Ke alau nau nau ka puau ka lau Ke alau nau na ko Lei mua kini kini He ui maoino Lea na o Kohala I ka lei ha'aleo He lei ho'o he nono Hui ia lava no na pua Na pua I mohala mai kupunau kala I poine ke aloha Haina mai ka maine He ui maolino Lea na o Kohala I ka lei ha'aleo He lei ho'o he nono E ia ka puana he lohe ia Tutu wahine aloha Ole ono he nahe Haina ho Haina mai ka maine He ui maolino Lea na o Kohala I ka lei ha'aleo He lei ho'o he nono E ia ka puana e lohe ia Na ku'ututu wahine aloha Kole ona he nahe E lohe ia Na ku'ututu wahine aloha Kole ona he nahe He ui maoli no
What I know about Kohala is that King Kamehameha was born and raised here. His mom was born in Ainakea, and that's where she was raised. And so he was raised also here too in Kohala. So he was raised up in the mountains that way too.
He mu oia, he mu na mo inu no mo na pu no na hau mea he mu oia, he mu eli noa ya noa ho nua.
E o ulu a kua naula e lauka ie ka wahine pi kua hu ka hiko no ko lama ulu ka ohia o hina e hala pepe me tale hua kui mai le lauli I ka palai ulu vehi a kulea me ka lauti.
So we're going to gather our palapalai
In hula, there's many different kino lau that represent the dance. Maile is an umbilical cord that connects us to the earth. The palapalai is used as one of the most appropriate plants to use for our dancers when they're dancing, mostly kahiko and hawana. It symbolizes to move soft yet strong when the wind blows. It's characteristics of the dancers. So a lot of the kino lau, or the green plants that symbolic hula. So we will pick 5 of our palapalai, 5 for female, 5 for male. So we have the balance in the dance. So as we're picking, we can make sure we incorporate soft for the women and masculine for the men. This is a way to bring balance to the halau, to the dancers, to each dancers. As well as we will put this back on the forest, and we'll put a ho'opula or lay back for regrowth, and then we'll continue to gather. So we're going to give back first before we take.
The chant that we're doing while adorning the dancers is the Oli Pa'u. And the Oli Pa'u is a chant specifically addressing the adorning of the dancer. Kakua Pa'u uses different natural imagery to help the process move along in dressing, but not only that, to help when you're pleating the pa'u, or where you're making all the different pleats. You know, it's saying certain things like, that we're hoping that it falls like the mist that comes and covers over the mountains. All the imagery that you can see in the valley of White Pio. Like the different ridges in the valley, let the pa'u or the skirt fall the same way in the majesticness.
Oi mawaho.
Ai. Holo mai kani mai kaiki. Holo. Holo mai kani mai kaiki. Holo ai no kotai. Etele ai te moana. O hau me ai kai kuahine. O ana loa hai me ani. Itai itai. Ala ai te e maka o kani. O ne kana loa ne kana mai. E maula ai te moana. Tuile moana tuile mo. O kana ai te mani. Hai kala no kane kanaloa ame hau mea kawahine hanau kupanaha a hanau wawa
It is protocol that when we do perform, we always pay homage to the ali'i. Particularly, there's an oli that usually opens any ceremony. So we're so glad that we got a chance to open today with that beautiful hula kahiko called Ayau Avini Paliali'i Hula Ana. Nani is a ho'opa'a, along with Alohana Makana, my niece, who is our Miss Aloha Hula, as well as Mana Ola Ho'ovaivai Kaleikau Makalani, which is Nani's son. We're so glad that they carry on the dances for us.
The chant that we chose to perform is called Aiya o Avini Paliali'i Hula Ana. It recounts the miraculous and epic birth of the chief, King Kamehameha Ekahi. It speaks of the catastrophic, actually, elemental forces that were, for us, the birthing signs of greatness and of the chiefs. Natural phenomenons that happen, certain cloud formations, rain patterns, rainbows, we call them ho'ailona, which are visual signs of sometimes warning that something amazing is about to happen. All of these, events are captured in the dance and in the intensity of the dance. And it's through that intensity of the dance as a dancer that you give yourself up to the dance, and before you know it, you are actually becoming the story and recounting the strength and power and bloodlines of a chief who is amazing and very, very strong and did a lot, while he was here on earth.
Mana is power, spiritual heavenly power given to you to use in any way. And when you get, it's an inspiration also, but when you get this feeling of aloha and you want to do things, you're just going to go do it. You're going to do it the best way you can. And that spirit is there pushing you on, encouraging you to do what you want to do or what you have to do. I think that's mana. It's pure love, pure strength given to you, yeah.
Ai. Ayau Avini Paliali'i Hula Ana.
Ayau Avini Paliali'i Hula Ana e no ana kahau ulan. Hanai ia pahia ke ali'i ko hia malu ke kuia ko ino ho ia malu ko aina he ina ali'i hatohi malu. Ila o heni au pio aina iku walala ba ku walala lo amalo kumio le he vela no aya iu kau avini kapali hulana no ko ai e pali ali ina na koloka iku kini alina hitu o te tua o vela tala ni na koloka na o ina avini e ka he ana e ke ahiala ila umi hulu maka o kalani e no ho na no ho ia mau ali e hana ia e pai ali ia na koloka ni ia na koloka
O kapo hako ele
o kapo hako ele no aina ke ali I kokohi no avini ka pi komoku no ke ahiala ka ai no ka hao pulan ka
mai
o kani o pio hali e o ke kuia foi vai ke o kuia la lapa
Hevela
o kuia la lapa
Hevela no
Hei inoa, no kamehameha.
No pai ea.
Mahalo to Hawaiian Airlines for providing transportation for island music, Island Hearts. When we fly with Hawaiian, it feels like we're home.
There you go, you do your boy version, Micah. Mena malapua, mena malapua, nani e kaula nani, ulehi kaula o kani, una ea e ana.
This is my third generation going on now. For me, my children, their children are carrying on.
We are very blessed to have Tutu. She's, the start of it all. She has worked so hard her whole life, and to still have her with us, to travel with us, to make memories with us. And I remember one time in Japan, me and Tutu actually dormed together. And I loved every second of it, because I'm just like, oh great, me and Tutu, we don't bother. Tutu, you hungry? Okay, let's go, It was so nice. I'm like, I want her to be my roommate every time we travel. She's amazing.
She always makes an entrance with all her leis. A lot of people, even tourists that come, still today come to see her singing. It's so funny, she might not even know you, but she strings these leis all day. And you might have came and seen her sing a couple of days, and she'll get to know you, and before you know it, she'll walk up to you and be like, oh, and give you a lei out of nowhere. And even us as, growing up as kids, whenever we went to a function or if we saw her, she always has these leis or, either a lei in her bag or some kind of food, to feed you.
I was a dancer. I loved to dance. At 5 years old, I learned from my aunt, Sarah Pule. And she was going out and do shows and then doing Mayday shows. And in school, we'd dance at Mayday programs. And they would take our show on the road. And I would dance everywhere they needed me to. So I always was a dancer. But after high school, then I raised my children. And then I had enough daughters to carry on. I gave up dancing.
We were never forced to play music. We were never asked to do it. It was around us so much that we loved doing it. And now our nieces and my nephew and my daughters, it's their life. It's part of them. They feel it.
We dance Keokeopaka, which talks about down here is Keokea. And so we're talking about Keokea, the beauty of Keokea, and what Keokea has and what it depends on. Like, the site of Keokea is actually really beautiful, so that song would talk about it.
Everybody that comes from Kohala, yeah, Keokeopaka is, we've been there from when we were like little kids, and it's just like a gathering place. All of the parties were there. Everybody we grew up with, everybody just met at Keokea.
Aloha Keokeopaka, he paka ho'i a kamanini, kehi e noe, kau mai luna. Aloha Keokeopaka, he paka ho'i a kamanini, kehi e noe, kau mai luna. Nani e kaune, uwehi ka lau o kaniu, luna pea e ana, a e kamakani. Mena malapua nani e kaunane, uwehi ka lau o kaniu, luna pea e ana, a e kamakani. No ho'i e lohi
Elohe kikai he havana wana a enei ho pulu I ka ili o ke ahi ahi haina ia mai ana ka puana he paka hoʻohi a ka malini o ke o paka ko ino wai Haina ia mai ana ka puana he paka hoʻohi a ka malini o ke o paka ko ino ai Hi, Auntie Sarah. Ke o paka. Yeah, thank you, Keikis. Yeah. That was good? That was good as a one-taker. Click, next. I'm just joking.
Oh yeah, these designs here are from my cousin Manaola. Traditional Ohe Kohala designs, I mean, very beautiful.
Every one of these clothes and the prints have a story. They all depict from an Ohe Kohala or the old style of Hawaiian printing that is carved from the bamboos of old Hawaii.
Like this one is the Niho Ai Kalakala. Niho Ai Kalakala is a sharp tooth. And so this is one of my latest patterns that I have. It's called Nihoku, and Nihoku means standing tooth. These patterns are traditional patterns, repetitious patterns that are found in nature.
Yeah, I do see Hawaiian culture. It's actually becoming, especially for these designs and for even tattoos. I mean, they're just blowing up all over the world. It's nice to see it getting out there. You're gonna see this nice piece and you're gonna be like, oh, where are you from? You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm proud to say, oh, I'm from Hawaii. I'm Hawaiian.
We told them, wear your best Hawaiian wear. Wear your best Hawaiian wear that you can, to come to the thing. And then it was really nice.
I think I'm going to say that we learned to party from the old people because they knew how to party. I'm telling you, like, fun, fun, fun.
We invited a lot of friends to come. Family friends, old-time friends to Nani invited a lot of them to come.
I love that. We got to get together and we got to be more like a family and we got to become closer and spend more time together because usually one person's in Japan, one person's there, one person's everywhere. So I was happy that at Kohala we got to have it. Everyone was there. It was very pleasant.
All right, next song I'm gonna do is called Pauhana Rag. It's kind of a song I penned for anybody who, after a long 40-hour week of work, at the end of the day, just can't wait to get home, relax, and have a few.
To top it off, this get-together had to have one of the best Hawaiian food. Of course, everyone makes Ono Hawaiian food, but I'm going to be biased. My sister Minnie, she's the third oldest in our family, she cooks some of the greatest Hawaiian foods. And today, we get a chance to see one of our most favorites is squid luau. Her squid luau, her poke, her poi, huakalua, all those things. That's the making of a good party. Besides some good Hawaiian music and some hula, but that is a plus. And you gotta have an audience. So all of our family and friends came today.
It was my tutu, my Auntie Sarah Pula's kids and grandkids. She was there. It was very nice because I hardly see them. My mom, my Auntie Nani, my Uncle Sunny, Auntie Minnie, my nephew, Kayapo. I got to be with Ho'okani and the hula dancers who they're like family, and everyone there. It was like so exciting.
Yeah, well, my mom is Hawaiian, more Hawaiian. Then our dad is actually Hawaiian too. But our grandfather, my grandfather is actually, he was 100% Chinese. My grandfather actually got on a ship that was looking for plantation workers to come to Hawaii.
We used to have mills everywhere. A mill in Niuli'i, a mill here in Halaula, Union Mill had one, Harvey, everywhere had a little mill.
So Lim Kiao was our great-grandfather, and we know that he was one of the stable boys for King Kalakaua, and also he was a tailor.
Our great-great-grandfather actually lived in what was called a tongwo, and tongwo is in Kohala, and it's actually the oldest tong, and every year we always do Chinese lion dance for them. It was like a rec center, so they would go there to get their hair cut. It was also used as a bank. They would practice kung fu there. Cooking classes were held there, just mainly for Chinese during that time.
Well, every culture loved music. And so they would get together and they would play their music and enjoy themselves, or parties, whatever. They were really, really nice parties, good music.
The setting for Island Music, Island Hearts with the Lim family has been provided by Kahua Ranch, high atop the majestic Kohala Mountains, overlooking the panoramic Kohala coast. You too can enjoy this beautiful setting through their many visitor activities. Mahalo to Monty Richards and the Ohana at Kahua Ranch.
Ask any Hawaiian kid learning Hawaiian music, ask them if they read music. It's gonna be a no. We learn by listening, and we learn by going to parties and kanikapila in the backyard, and you know, that's how I learned, you know? You go to parties, you hear the same song.
It takes us back. There's songs that still take us back to being little kids sitting around watching each other play the ukulele. Our dad was a ranch hand, a cowboy at Parker Ranch right here up in Pu'uhui. So they gave us a home. You know, they gave the ranch hand houses. And the only thing was that we had no radio, no TV in the old days.
You know, we were on one side of our house is this stone corral where there used to be, you know, when the brandings were happening, that's where we were. Other than that, there wasn't that much happening except for the other families that were in the neighborhood.
Most wonderful thing for us today is that our mom and dad sang to us. So that is the beginning of who we are as a Lim family.
After we did all the chores and we ate dinner, my father would sit down and he would play music for us. Also, my mother sang. And my father's playing music was he used to pick on this little ukulele type guitar. At that time, it was called the ukulele. And we used to be the ones that would strum, keep the rhythm, basically.
It's very funny about the children. One would get the broom, one would get a straw bag, one would get the spoons to keep time rhythm with us, honestly, in our house at Pu'uhoi.
I've been grateful, first of all, for the voice I have, and I always truly appreciate it coming from my mom. We always, Nani and myself, always never forget where it comes from.
Lift up your voice and sing. Some people think just open your mouth and sing is sing. No, you have to lift up. You have to go. You have to bring your voice up to a level to sing.
You know, they kind of changed it. Back in the day, it was, for us, you know, we just called it falsetto. But then we kind of found out later that the correct thing, like falsetto, is actually what a male would sing.
The old Hawaiian singers, the ha'i. We do a ha'i when we sing. A ha'i is the old way. Most people today just sing straight. My teacher, does it. A lot of the old timers do that. And when they do that, it's classic. It's an art. The ha'i, I do that, and when I do that, if I'm singing with Sonny, he loves to hear that ha'i,
I used to call it falsetto, but Mom, she has a beautiful leo keiki, and also Nani and Lorna. So I am just blessed that we're family, and I get to play and try and sing with them.
All the Ono food for Island Music, Island Hearts was provided by our sister, Charmaine. Visit her at Minnie's Diner, a hidden gem in the heart of Kohala.
I'm really proud to be Hawaiian because without Hawaiian, I wouldn't be here today. And I don't know, without Hawaiian, I wouldn't have my Hawaiian history. I wouldn't be me. There would be no Lim family.
I hope they remember how they grew up. Humbly, very humbly, and they were taught well. And whatever they learned, I hope they learned by the example that we set for them.
We keep singing the songs that our parents sang, and their parents sang, and I'm pretty sure that the kids are going to come after and they're going to sing it too. But what is unique is that now we are in the age of, we passed the Hawaiian Renaissance, we're in the age where now they're so advanced, so new music is being written, which I think is really good, but now they're writing Hawaiian songs of their time.
Just like the hula of yesterday that we danced today, that feeling, that essence, there's going to be things in this time that's going to be passing on to the next generation, and they're going to know the same thing, the feeling, the emotion in everything that we do.
A lot of times, you know, in today's world, we get a little bit overwhelmed with everyone else's ideas instead of, you know, stopping. And I tell everyone in the future as well to look within and to research and find out who you are and what you're made of and who your ancestors are, and express that and connect with that and be.
Thank you, ladies. That was awesome. Anu, awesome.